My ultimate bottom line goal is to impact humanity from every culture, from every race, to have people to come into a place to where they're able to switch gears and just kind of turn the table.
This is Blair Durham with Black Wall Street Today, your media hub for all things Black entrepreneurship, politics, news, and events in Hampton Roads and beyond.
Wouldn't you like to be a guest on Black Wall Street Today with Blair Durham? Well, the link is in the show notes.
And now, here's your host, Blair Durham.
Greetings. Joining me now is Jeremiah Flowers. He is a businessman who's working on a new television series entitled The Enterpriser. It tells the story of the ups and downs, pros and cons of starting as well as being in business, the real life version, the not so Hollywood version. Flowers is a business and tax advisor based in the Los Angeles area and was previously known as the tax nerd. He knows a thing or two about branding. His first Enterpriser episode is set to stream in December of this year. That shows the viewers the importance of how to manage money and taxes at the same time, laying a foundation for long-term business success. Other episodes will cover topics such as capital, reserve, revenue. Is that what we're covering? Capital, reserve, revenue? All right, brand, depreciable asset, diversification, and legacy protection. We'll get Mr. Flowers to fill us in on all of those things. The Enterprise will be featured in the NPR syndicated radio series In Black America. Welcome to the show. How are you, Jeremiah?
Oh, thank you for the invitation. I'm doing well. It's a pleasure to be on you guys' platform to share its and bits and pieces and nuggets of just what's in the mix and was already mixed up and out there in the marketplace.
It's interesting. I think about kind of your trajectory, and I'm just taking an informed guess, right? You started out as a business person. You want to make the leap, kind of recognizing that in order to reach that larger audience, you needed to establish this media platform, right? And so I want to hear about the foundation. Talk to us about Tax Nerd. What is it that you were doing via that particular program?
All right, so I'm Tax Nerd, which I am the founder and president, founder, and CEO of it. So I'm still managing that, and I still hold that brand and that company. Okay. Tax Nerd came about, I say around 2009. Prior to that, I was in the graphic designing industry to where I started off with, designing and doing various things with printing and what so. So I kind of got a good grip on what it is to be a service provider. And then coming in, fast forward into 2009, I came into the world of taxation. And it just kind of really interests me, in just regard to how money, the origin of money, and I began to learn, Blair, from when it came to making money. If you understand taxes, you'll understand money, because that's the origin in which money starts from. Every dollar you make, how much do you want to be taxed on? A little bit or a lot? How much do you want to, if you want to make more, you got to understand the different principles and codes there in taxation in order to generate revenue. So coming up with Tax Nerd, I really, as I looked over the market and looked over the economy and just looked at people, I said, there's something that needs to come about that's going to really care for the taxpayer, the working class person, the self-employed person, that's going to really care for them long term. Because I saw a lot of unscrupulous people out in the marketplace just taking advantage of folks and, just kind of doing injustice to people within money and situations. I said, I need to come up with something that's catchy, it's brandable, and then services are impeccable or grow to be impeccable. So Tax Nerd came about, and I should begin to just wrap myself, in that brand and my team and the various services that I provide and the products to be able to be a bottom line, transparent service provider for people nationwide. So it came about just seeing a problem, seeing a hole in the stratosphere of the industry and the marketplace, and just me looking at it like, hey, I want to fill this. And then seeing today's, pitfalls and downfalls and obstacles and hurdles of what's going on out in the world today. So I took the time, Blair, back then to lay the foundation, the framework, understand the compliancy, and make sure it's wrapped with compliancy. So therefore, today it's skyrocketed and it holds its, its own out in the marketplace.
Yeah. So Jeremiah, what are the services that you're providing via the Tax Nerd platform?
So the Tax Nerd platform, it provides a tax preparation, tax advisory, and tax debt relief. So as we see today, that's a lot of issues that a lot of people, are having problems with, in regards to money and their business and just management of revenue. So it provides those three services, and it also has a product subscription, which is the Tax Nerd advisory subscription, to where it aids people in the bullet points that there are therein.
I love it. So you've created something that rivals with some of the biggest companies in the world, is what you're telling me. Congratulations. Yeah. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
And about how many customers take advantage of your platform?
Subscribers, we have about a little bit over 100 subscribers. Clientele that are within Tax Nerd, a little bit over 6,000 plus. So over the years, I've developed relationships with, just good people out in the world, the marketplace. And, it's my pride and joy was to just be integral and transparent, with people with servicing them. So the subscription-based product holds a little bit over 100, and the company as a whole holds over 6,000 plus consumers.
Congrats to you. And then, of course, I'm taking note of this distinguished team of tax professionals that you have put together, folks that are no doubt working one-on-one with the subscribers to ensure their success in business. This is awesome. TaxNerd.us. We have a number of business owners, entrepreneurs that are tuning in on a weekly basis. This is exciting. I've never seen anything like it, right? I'm always looking for the Black-owned fill in the blank, right? Black Wall Street Today. Obviously, that is the platform. That is the networking opportunity that the show provides. So I want to thank you for your vision in making this happen. So let's change lanes a bit and talk about the Enterpriser.
All right.
Because I know that's like, that's the shiny thing. That's your new baby, right? I mean, and I must say, I mean, you've tapped into something awesome, because this journey, this life, there's something incredible about people who take on entrepreneurship. Is that
it is. Yeah, it is something special that people take on about that. Because as you know, Blair, I mean, entrepreneurship in the life of a business owner, it's not something to be taken lightly. A lot of people look at, the accolades, and they look at the pleasures, they look at the freedom, but it's so much more than that. And I talk about that ongoing on my IG Live page, the intangibles of business success. There's things that you can't see that you have to have on the inside of you that are intangible in order to be that business professional that the marketplace is needing. But the enterpriser is the man, the guy, Jeremiah, that harnesses, just the power, the energy, and just the knowledge of what people need in regards to business development, tax advisory, and money management. So I developed the Enterpriser around maybe 5-6 years ago, but it stemmed from Tax Nerds. So understanding taxation and then getting into the world of corporate taxes and corporations and things of that nature. So I took a liking to the corporate world and business. So I said, hey, I like this. And I took I began to develop multiple perspectives. So bringing taxation into that and understanding business and in the corporate world and corporations and how they work and things of that nature, I said, you know what? I need to wrap the entertainment component around taxes, because when you think of taxes, nobody likes to talk about it. So I said, I got to come up with a concept that will make taxes attractive. And I got to come up with a name. So I got before the Lord. I said, God, give me a name that's just as catchy as Tax Nerd. So I don't know if you remember when Denzel came out with the Equalizer. At that time, I think it was like 2018, 17, somewhere around there. And when Denzel came out with the Equalizer, I said, man, this is awesome. So I took that concept. I said, how can I make something similar to the Equalizer and put it into everyday business perspective? And I came up with the Enterpriser. And I said, you know what? I took it and ran with it. So I started to begin to build the foundation, the framework, and started to build the trilateral, platform of business. And the Enterpriser came about And then I said, okay, let's fuse this with short films and turn them into what we could put it on TV. Talk about short stories where I'm engaging everyday people that got problems out in the marketplace, out in the working world. And I made short films of it. And it just exploded. You know, and I was going to play myself, Blair, in this episode, but I knew if I took on that actor's role, I was going to just it was not going to allow me to be of a service to the people. So I said, no, my bottom line, I got to be there to service the people. So the Lord led me to just find an awesome guy, Ryan Stroud. Y'all check him out on IG. He plays my character. He does an awesome job. And I'm able to just kind of take the standpoint of executive producer, screenplay writer, and just service everybody that's being attracted to the enterprise. And so my thing is, Blair, the work at the end of the day, the people that need that person, they need someone to, bring about injustice in business and a transaction and the transparency. So I took that passenger seat role in order to be able to service people nationwide. So the enterpriser's here. He on the scene. He ain't going nowhere. He's peeling back, the onion layers of taxation, business, and, money management to people that are ready to just jump off the high dive and into the vision that, God has given them for their business ventures.
Okay, so distilling what you just said, right? I'm on the enterpriser.co.
Uh-huh.
Is the enterpriser someone that is going to engage me almost as a mentor of sorts?
Yes.
To assist me through my own business development process? Is that what we've created?
Yep, that's what the enterpriser is. He's the one that comes in, Blair, from the bottom. Now, Marcus Lemonia showed The Profit, right?
Sure.
And Shark Tank with all the people on there. So those are people that help you from a mid to already established and doing good phase. The enterpriser comes in where you got your sticks all over the place, nails, lumber.
Okay.
I mean, all you got is just a vision. You got a little bit of cream and you try to make a dream. So he comes in and is like, hey, if you take me by the hand and if you listen to me and you allow me to inject you with the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that I have, and you take this red pill, by the way, you can be able to, through a 33-month process, come into a place that can help you to stand on the platform of the business that you got. And I leverage all the time the trimester part of a pregnancy of a woman. I don't know if you got kids. So if you got 3 kids, I got 4 boys. So any woman that knows when you go through pregnancy, that trimester period is the most important part. So the enterprise is helping you through the first 3 years of your business, that trimester part, the most pertinent part of your business. If you get everything established, you get it solidified to a degree. After that 3rd year, going into the 4th year, if you have all of the framework of that stuff solidified, the business will take care of you all the days of your life. But that trimester part is the most important part, and that's what the enterprise does.
Jeremiah, I love it. It's exciting. It's definitely exciting. I'm not sure I knew what it was initially, but I get it now. Here,
it's okay.
On the TV episodes page, yeah. I mean, brilliant. And I think you're right. It is what is needed. I have someone that I want to connect you to who's a CPA, and he just so happens to be a very talented musician, a writer, etc. I think you guys would hit it off well, and you guys could work together on some content pieces. So I'll make sure I connect with you offline as well. So the Enterpriser already featured in, as seen on LA Weekly, Market Watch, New York Weekly, Forbes, Digital Journal, right? Already?
Yep. So, some of the ones are they're being published. They're just waiting to air. But the ones in the beginning, they're already out there. People can go read the articles.
Congrats.
So it's just building that notoriety, and so that way it can put me in position in the brand and all those on my team as a number one niche in our authority in the marketplace. So that's the goal. We're saying that we're here just not temporarily. We're here for the long term.
Yeah, if you're just tuned in, this is Blair Durham with Black Wall Street Today. I'm talking with Jeremiah Flowers, the enterpriser himself, founder of Tax Nerd as well. You've got a piece called How to Control, Employ, and Steward Money as a part of Volume 1, Secret Strategies and Principal Utilization of a Transformed Mind. Take me in there. Good grief. How to control deploy and steward money. I mean, this is essentially what I think every person of color needs to know, right? How did you distill this into this particular volume?
With that book, the first volume of that book, Blair, it was in a trying time and turbulent part of my life. I was really bad at, I would say, the facilitation of money. I understood money, but I didn't understood the long-term playbook of money. Mm-hmm. So and you can ask my wife, you know, and one day we may have this interview again and she may be on here, but
awesome.
My wife is a good budgeter, but I always had a perspective and had a desire to want to understand the long-term strategies of money. So I said, I have to be able to get my hands in it, make a mess, but a mess with good intentions and learn along the way and understand its dialect, understand the mindset of money. So when I wrote this book and birthed this book out, it really took me to a place where one has to be able to understand principles when it comes to money, not just money itself, but understand the things that I need to be able to wear on a daily basis. Integrity. I need to understand consistency. I need to understand debt from both sides of the coin, not just the bad part, but the good part of debt, how debt is being leveraged every day as a revolving debt instrument, like the United States uses every day. I need to understand the components of consistency and discipline. Understanding that consistency and discipline are two different components. I have to be disciplined in order to implement the gear of consistency. I talked about having foresight in business, risk management. So I wrote that book from a biblical standpoint, utilizing infinite principles if one marries those principles. When you do business, money and currency it will be the water under your sailboat. And I love selling. I sell all the time. So I like utilizing selling terminology. So the water will be the currency under your boat all the time. And it's just the richness of wealth will be the wind in your sail, and it'll blow you wherever you need to go. So it's just the intangible things about business that I wrote in that book. When one marries that and they begin to join themselves with that process, you won't ever have to worry about another dollar in your life because you wear it like a badge.
Yeah, I like it. I myself just subscribed to receive the 90-second Tax Talk newsletter at theenterpriser.co. Wow, you also get that particular volume, How to Control, Employ, and Steward Money, by subscribing as well. So I would say, check it out, theenterpriser.co. It's very interesting that despite the fact that our community continues to grow its income, our wealth is projected to go down to zero by 2053. And I know that a lot of the components that you speak of, have a hand in that, right?
Right.
The not necessarily having the appropriate mindset, not having the necessary skill set to facilitate money, as you say. So I appreciate this effort and excited to see the impact that will be made for sure. Keep talking. That was
okay. I thought you had some more. I said, okay, now the faucet is running. Let me wait to the last drip. I want to get everything from the faucet.
No, that was it. I mean, I was just opening up for you, really. I mean, it was a lead-in for you to speak to your vision, right? Nobody goes down this path of, oh my goodness, I'm going to write a book. I'm going to create this media company unless they really have vision about how people are going to be impacted. So for you, what is it about? Like, what's on the other side of this? What are you looking to impact? What change are you looking to affect by doing this work?
By doing this work, Blair, my ultimate bottom line goal is to impact humanity from every culture, from every race, to have people to come into a place to where they're able to switch gears and just kind of turn the table of their generation, their culture of people and their way of thinking, saying, hey, my grandfather thought like this, my mother thought like this, my auntie thought like this, but I want to change that rationale. But I have to be led to someone that's been there, done it, and still doing it, so I can be able to have a transformed mindset. So I guess my bottom line, in which I get up out of bed every day and put on my Sperry's and put on my coat and put on my my branded logo material is to impact the person so they can have a platform to stand on and have stairs to step on, utilizing everything that God has given me to build through his strength so they can see a better tomorrow. And for myself, my father wasn't near my life from the age of 1 to 8. So he left when I was 8. So there's a big gap all the way from there's a big 10-year plus gap that my father left, which is fathers are key components when it comes to speaking downward into your life, have you to understand and walk into things that you need to understand in life. So I guess me now having 4 boys and understanding what it is to be a solid, consistent, and stable father, I guess that component is wrapped in being somewhat of a father figure, a mentor, and a leader to people so they can say, okay, we're going to look at that. We're going to look at him. That's a standard that we can look at, and we can be able to lean from his tutelage and mount up and just go in that direction. So it's about the impact of humanity, giving people a better tomorrow, but they have to be willing to make a commitment and give a confession today to, walk that narrow path.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's big. That's big. A couple components I think that you identified are key, right? We cannot maintain this marriage to doing things the way that we've always done them, right? Somebody would say, oh, let me write it down in a book. Somebody will pick it up and read it, but you said, let me go where the people are, They want to be online. I need to be online. And then recognizing the other gap in terms of just the broken family unit and the impact that has. Again, just nothing but kudos in terms of what you're doing. This for me is social entrepreneurship. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Social enterprise we've created, and I wish you the best with it. I took your name down a couple different places in my notes and things. I would love to connect with you offline. Some conference opportunities. I mentioned a networking opportunity, and just very grateful to meet you today.
Oh, likewise. It's a pleasure to meet you as well today, Blair. I don't know if you also checked out my big events. I just rolled out
I missed that. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's on my IG page. I just rolled out the starting of my big events. I'm partnering with a client of mine and now entity alliance partner. We're doing our big events called From Tragedy to Triumph Business Conference. So the first one is April the 2nd at the 4 Points Sheraton Hotel in Fox Hills Mall. So if you go on my IG page, you'll see the flyer. So we're bringing top tier people from all my professional network. And these people, they're not known, but these people I've known over the years, and they're integral people in the marketplace, Blair, that service so many people in transparency and help them in the right way, not just for $1, but it's just for the family's long-term being and their long-term being. So I'm bringing before people just my suicide crew of people. I don't know if you've seen the movie Suicide with Will Smith, the very first one. But that's what I call my suicide crew team of people that's just ready to engage the world and just pour out into them.
I get it. Yeah. You can find details for that event, the From Tragedy to Triumph Business Conference, happening on April 2nd, 2022 there in Culver City, California. That's exciting. Yep. Just a quick Google search will pull it right up. Did you want to plug your IG before we get off?
Yes, my IG, everybody can go to my page at THAENTP. That's short for the Enterpriser. Check us out, follow us, see what we do, how we do it, and the way we do it. And if you would like us to be of a service, you would hear, just make sure if you don't go with us, find somebody that's equivalent or greater so you can get your bottom need met. But we're here to be of an impact, to humanity and just, bridge that gap.
Perfect. Thank you so much, sir. I look forward to connecting with you again.
Oh, likewise, Blair.
Awesome.
This show was brought to you by the consulting services of Positive Vibes Incorporated. We do credit fixes, we do debt restructuring, and we put money in the pockets of real estate investors. So give us a call. We can fix your credit. We can restructure your debt. And if you're a real estate investor, I would love to put thousands of dollars into your pockets. 757-932-0177. That's 757-932-0177.
Phenomenal.
Stay with us online at Black Wall Street Today on Facebook and Black Wall Street Today on Instagram. And then follow us on Twitter as well at BWS Today. We look forward to talking again next week. Have a wonderful week. I have said and I will continue to say that the most important priority for the Black community is the Black community, not a particular political party.
Phenomenal.
Hey, yo, when I say black, you say Wall Street. Black.